What's up YouTube, COD4Man221 here, and welcome to the first part of the United Kingdom campaign. I just finished the United States campaign. We were able to take out all the Axis powers, invade Japan and Germany and Italy. That was quite fun. So I put it up to you guys for voting, and the United Kingdom won with 54 votes currently as I'm recording this. So it's like the United Kingdom is run by Never Chamberlain, we are a democratic country. Elections November 1939. We can create factions. We have the war to end all wars, which hurts our population, so we're going to recruit minus 25%. So we're going to recruit 75% of our recruitable population. And we have King George V, which gives us 15% national unity. So we're going to be these guys and select. And we're going to do Iron Man mode just because we can. So regular, yep. And yeah, Iron Man United Kingdom. I've been messing around a little with a VC France. Iron Man mode, and it is quite fun. I made it in England. So it looks like all of our army. What's our recruitable population? 58K. Okay. Yeah, we'll be switching stuff around. What are we? We're probably just going to be like the United States. Volunteer only. Yeah, that's the problem. So let's see. That's 1.5. That gives us 2. Extended subscription gives us 5%. That's what we want. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to start researching here. We have 4 research slots. I think Navy's going to be critical as the United Kingdom, so research better submarines. Aircraft carrier would be good too. And then I should probably go down. Actually, no, we'll switch over the aircraft carrier. We'll get that next. I gotta go down the basic industry tree here. So we're gonna get mech. Oh yeah, the British did have a bunch of radar detector stations around England, so they could actually intercept German airplanes that were coming over. So we're gonna go down the computing machine path here, and let's go into our industry here. Basic machine tools. And for the British, we're going to be doing dispersed industry because we may get bombed by the Germans. And then construction one. Okay, we have a national focus. Now let's see what we want to do here. I haven't looked at this tree actually. So we have home defense. This will allow us to get gas mask military training. This will basically lead us toward Germany, and we can Belux intervention. And angers everyone, we could take over Belgium and the Netherlands. We're not going to be doing that, I don't think. Secure Iran, secure Iraq. Interesting. We can conquer these countries. Embargo the USSR, war with the USSR. This is pretty cool stuff. Coerce Turkey and Greece, protect the Suez. Interesting. So this is like reinforcing the empire around the world, so that might be good. But I think limited rearmament. Now, one of these is going to help us get rid of the effects. Let's say we have radar. Yeah, general rearmament. This is good. This is like rearming. Yeah, this is a good tree right here. So first we're going to do limited rearmament. I've noticed there's a glitch here where it always says not enough building slots, but we do have enough building slots. So I made this mistake on the USA campaign. Basically, I built a bunch of military factories first. I'm going to build some civilian factories. And this will basically allow me to construct my military factories faster. Okay, we have some, so we're producing here. We have some unassigned factories. Yeah, we're going to need to improve our tanks and everything, so this is just, we'll start researching, a bunch of these on our infantry equipment here. Don't really feel like making the fighters, really. Destroyer class 2 is very good. We'll make a bunch of that, and we're limited on some resources here, so we'll get this from the United States. Okay, time to unpause the game. Just like with the USA campaign, it's going to be a little bit of planning here. The UK is not equipped for war. It really is not. And we're going to be doing historical kind of focus, so I'm going to be obviously going to war with Germany. I might actually, at some point, try to send some troops. We have our guys in Cairo here. We even have a decent fleet here also. Britain has a lot of little colonies all over. Like, especially along here. You know, I may actually... I'm gonna bring these South African divisions and these guys over here. I will want to form a front. Where's our port? Do we actually not have... Oh, there it is. We may want... I do want to actually just kick Italy out of here when I can. So I think what I'll first... Well, they'll take Ethiopia here. They always do. I've actually never seen the AI lose in Ethiopia. They are fighting against... You know, the Ethiopian army was not as good back then. And they were called Abyssinia back then. So we have territory. We have British Raj here also. We don't really have a lot to worry about over here. This is Singapore. Oh, there's a quick story about Singapore. I'm a history guy here. I'm a history major. The British, when the Japanese attacked Singapore, the British thought they would come by sea, and all their guns, you can see the guns right here, are facing out to sea. The Japanese landed the northern part of the island here, or the northern area here, and they actually, they were able to catch the British, and actually this is a massive defeat for the British Singapore. So they're not going to let that happen. Yeah, I know we have low manpower. We have a ton of convoys here. So let's make some plans. Now, we don't really have to worry about France falling too quickly. I'm worried about the Italians. Fighting in North Africa, I fought in here before. I'm going to make an army. We don't have an army group yet. I'll call us Burst Theater Africa. So we can push in there. Okay, great. King George V just died. That's not good. So, his quiet, calm devotion to the subjects of the empire through both the Great War and the Great Depression. His son, Edward VIII. May he rest in peace. So it's going to hurt our national unity. Great. I'm going to keep looking at this trade. I know we have general rearmament here. So we have industry, re-effort. So the shadow scheme actually was where the British would have factories. They're talking about some of the paradox stream where the British would have factories that could easily convert over. They don't want to provoke the Germans, so they're kind of doing this in secret. That's why it's called the shadow scheme. That's at least what they said. I haven't looked into that myself. Yeah, we don't want to be doing these interventions. I will issue... Oh. This is what we do get... Ah, we should definitely do this then, because after gas mass and extra unity, okay. We'll go down this next, because I want to get rid of the minus 25%. And then we could fortify the rock here. And does this allow me to send volunteers? It does. So I'm going to send volunteers to the Spanish Civil War. I have units all over England. I might just bunch them up down here near the coast. All they really need is some tanks, which they don't have a ton of. A 40% attrition here? Oh, it's the mountain. So the world is quiet. Let's see what the Germans are working on. They're going to try to rearm the Rhineland here, which is one of their first starting things. Yeah, we're just constructing it. It's pretty simple in the first parts here when we're just getting our country ready for war. So the plan is, hopefully, I mean, this is very representative of the British Army. It was quite small at the time. So I'm assuming the plan is we're going to try to flip Spain to keep them, you know, at least, make them at least communist over fascist, right? Because I need to protect my resources down here. I need to protect Gibraltar. So we're going to try to keep these guys friendly. We're going to make them, hopefully the nationalists, make them lose the Civil War. And then my army, I'm going to try to put them in along the Belgian front here to kind of protect them from the Germans and see if I can at least delay Germans. France will probably fall. That's not a given. That'll probably happen. I need to make another army down here. Who do we have as commanders? Montgomery, you sly dog, leader of the Desert Rats is what they call the 8th Army there. Anyone else I recognize here? Not really. There's Cunningham. This guy is Harold Alexander. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's give Montgomery briefly this command here. And you're going to be in Europe. This is going to be the European theater. British theater, Europe. And these guys will get higher priority on reinforcements. Yeah, we have a lot of little scattered. Just like one destroyer, like what's the point? Let's get our navy a little organized here also. Yeah, we have navies all over the world, including the Mediterranean. Okay, let's... We have units in Asia too. Okay, let's find... I must have ships around here somewhere. Okay, you guys are in Egypt. Good. I do want to keep a decent little fleet, so let's make Egypt our home port for other units in the Mediterranean here. And then I'll break them up later. Okay, so Egypt, this is Scotland. This is their submarines. You know what I should do first? I'm going to group up all my navies here that are in England. And then just combine them, because I got to get my things sorted here. I'll do that with my Air Force also. Okay, the world tested just went up. Germany has remilitarized the Rhineland. Not letting it worked out, surely. And we also finished limited rearmament. So now, we're going to go down. This right here for home defense. Like I said, we're going to try to get rid of that whole bad thing where we have the victory of the Great War. And that should, if we get this quickly, I mean, it'll give us some more population here. And we're pretty limited right now, too. Okay. So we have that fleet all grouped up. Let's go back to our navies. You have to do this with the British. We have a very big empire here. Okay, you're in southern China. So let's make Hong Kong our port for our other ships. I don't know why these guys are at 33% fighting strength here. It's not like supplies are bad or anything. They have perfect organization. Oh, they're waiting for equipment. Okay, that makes sense. We're actually producing 2 destroyers. Let's get some more subs. Actually, some more light cruisers would be good. Okay, Southern China Sea. Oh, no. Stay there. I know this is probably a little boring here, but we gotta get our fleets ready. I have no idea where that sea is here. I don't think we really need navies around Africa either. Okay, let's group up the fleet we have here. Are you not? Maybe they don't have enough ports here. There we go. Or maybe the port wasn't big enough, I'm not quite sure. Speaking of, how's our construction coming? It's coming along quite nicely. We do have a bunch of factories. Okay, those are all sorted. And I'm going to name this... I'll have to mess with some of these, but... That's good for now. Okay, so southern China... Okay, Gibraltar's that's our Iberian region. Let's bring them down here. I mean, we're just watching time fly by anyway right now. Okay, Central Mediterranean. You come down here also. This is in the Pacific. This is our New Zealand division. That's kind of cool. Bring them up to Hong Kong. Maybe I'll mess with the Air Force off camera later. Okay, these guys are in America. So we'll send... Take them a little while, but they'll get there. Okay, that should be most of our fleets. We have Sub-Saharan Africa. Bring them up over here. We have the Suez Canal, which is critical. Okay, looking good here. Group those guys up. I'll name them later. And your fleet needs to be grouped up here. So now we have a lot less smaller fleets and a more concentrated fleets here. These guys need to go right here. Yeah, they're already moving. Okay, so let's talk more about the battle plan. So I will have these navies start patrol. I'll break them up, get to some. I like to have my submarines kind of in a pack. I usually call it wolf pack, and then my infantry will peel on in Belgium here, trying to stop the Germans early on. At least we have to oppose them. But we'll have some action here when we can send volunteers. We're going down that research route here. We're halfway done with home defense here, and we'll go for gas masks. Unless there's anything stopping me, which doesn't look like. I need to get home defense first. Okay, let's speed up a little bit because we're not really doing anything. We're just building. Getting things together. Kind of like Home Fleet. That's kind of a cool name for the fleet. I mean, it makes sense, right? So how's our production going? We need 8,000 rifles still? That is crazy. I want to get some army experience. Now, I could train my units, but I don't have equipment around to even arm my own units here. So the research should be done. We should finish basic machine tools. And like I said, we're going to go with dispersed industry, so this makes it so we're less vulnerable to bombing. Because I do believe the Germans will do a blitz on us, and we'll have to be ready with the RAF. We have all different, tons of little airplanes around here. May just put them in one naval base in southern England, try to give them as much range as we can. Maybe even send some more around Paris, because I know they have an air base there to help try to stop the Germans. Okay, so these guys are in Africa. Let's be historic. Don't want to go Montgomery right now. Oh, this guy was maybe. I can't remember if this guy was in North Africa. We'll just give him that right now. Home defense has finished and basic machine tools, so we're going to go down. I can't do it. I didn't even read that. Okay, we can't start that just yet. We're not going to do that. This would help. It give us some army experience. Research time. Huh. That seems pretty good. Do I do anything down this tree? A motorized army. Too soon. National unity is always a good thing, and this has finished. This dispersed industry it is. Now the question is, I'll have someone deal with Italy there, but these units should be here. Africa has very poor infrastructure here in this game, so kind of a small front line. I'll draw some plans up, might as well. So I'll show us taking that. Oh, they skipped that province there. Ah, yes, we can modify our government. Can't do any of that kind of stuff just yet. So let's get someone. The war industrialist. The silent workhorse always good. Gives me extra political power. We're getting one a day. So that might help. We don't have to worry. We have a little bit of communism here, it seems like. Or 2% fascism. And 1 communism here. I could get something for like a theorist. Nuclear scientist. It's way too early for that. Oh, this guy is good. Army experience. Yeah, Alexander, we're taking you. That army experience will definitely help us out. We'll start gaining some daily experience. And then I can modify mine individually and go into my template and get things like support artillery and recon. Of course, I have to be actually to produce those things. The thing about Britain I think I'm going to have a challenge with is, the biggest thing is probably the fact that they're an island and they don't have a ton of room for like industry. You can see here it's, especially in the Northern and Scottish Highlands, there's not a lot of room. Okay, I have more room for ships now. We could really just get rid of these two destroyers and just combine them. They're the same ship after all. So we get a bunch of those. We're getting some light cruisers. In fact, I can combine the light cruisers. So make things a little more tidy. Okay, what's Germany working on now? West Wall. How could are the Germans already working on encryption is my question. Might begin the enigma. Well, we'll get there soon enough. Who knows? With the Allies, we may even get a drop nuclear bomb. I'm not sure. I'm going to play this a little bit different. I'm not going to focus on Japan until much, much later. I'm going to be focusing on Italy and Germany, fighting in Europe, and hope I can send some reinforcements here to help out the Spanish in their civil war. Okay, we finished two things. We're going to go to construction 2, probably. And let's try to get some planes. I know I just finished researching something else. Let's get the Hurricane. That'll be very helpful when we're going fighting the Germans here. Yeah, only 60,000. It really seems. I mean, historically, this was the case where the Allies were unprepared for what the Germans were doing. They kind of demilitarized, as an example of victors of the Great War. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this first part. In the next part, we're going to continue going down our research tree towards reinforcing the Empire, you know, and also we're going to try to issue gas mass. And in December 38, we can get military training, which will give us the war to end all wars. So we can hopefully, if the Civil War is even going on, then we can maybe. We might be able to actually send volunteers. Confirm T21 sign off. Hope you enjoyed.